Welcome to the episode 4 of the Aiku Show with me, Soraya, and Ziggy. And today is our quarterly news digest of the first quarter in 2025. So, today we have prepared 7 pieces of news for you. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out our other episodes of the Aiku Show because we already covered some big news as well, in which we don't cover today. So, let's start. Yeah. So, we have the first news for you. So, we will go the oldest one to the newest or the recent ones, and I have the first news here, which was reported on the 7th of February. So Sam Altman from OpenAI envisions a Stargate-like program for Europe. So it's been reported by Reuters that he signaled willingness to bring a Stargate-like AI program to Europe, saying his company would love to do a Stargate Europe. So are you aware, or do you have any background on a Stargate Europe or Stargate program? Sorry, not Stargate Europe, but Stargate program or venture?
So in general, this news, I think we attempt to get everyone out of their caves should they have lived in one in the last couple of weeks. So certainly you should have noticed that Trump is president and his presidency has been filled with a lot of things. And one was the Stargate
Yeah.
initiative where they try to push AI a lot and at the same time everyone else is trying to get their pieces together, and Europe is doing so too. They had the AI Action Summit on which we
Yeah.
reported, so go back to the video if you want. And what I like about this particular piece of news is that it brings so many pieces together. So, should you have missed it, the
Yeah.
Stargate initiative, then the European response to it,
Yes.
the AI Action Summit, what went on around all of this. We had more than 60 businesses who are like trying to pull in to invest into European AI. There is money that is being moved in initiative that is also called like Invest AI or so, and
Mm-hmm.
they are trying to move I don't know, 200 billion. So the Stargate initiative is at a dollar sign of around 500 billion,
Yes.
and it's mostly investments into AI infrastructure over
Yep.
the next 5 years. So it's not it's not like Trump's going to the basement or the treasury and pulls out some money and splurges it across the AI startups. It's not the case. But similar also in Europe, we see investment into data centers, infrastructure, as well as business, or like in the private sector. There are some investment companies also involved. So it's a little bit of a response in that
Yeah,
regard.
because it was reported on the 7th of February, and the AI summit, the AI Action Summit, was actually 11 and 12, if I'm not mistaken. So it's right after that. But I guess it's also, to me, on my perspective, it's a good response to it, because it seems like the Stargate US is going to be big, and they will involve backers like OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle all together.
Mm.
So yeah.
All right.
All
Good.
right.
Enough politics. Let's move on.
Let's move on to the exciting news. We have advanced reasoning and problem solving. AI models are showing enhanced cognitive abilities. So, do you want to give us some enlightenment in this, Ziggy?
Yeah, there are quite a few new models that we have seen that made the news, and what they all made differently
Mm-hmm.
was how they acted. So it's the reasoning approach, that basically, in very, very simplified terms, it is the attempt of making the generative AI model think
Mm-hmm.
before it just responds.
Mm-hmm.
It first tries to make sense of what the user tries to instruct it to do.
Yep.
Then it lays out a plan how it's supposed to go about
Mm-hmm.
what it perceived the instruction to be, and then it answers.
Yep.
So this is why these models are called reasoning or thinking models.
Mm-hmm.
And DeepSeek is one example of this, but also OpenAI's models. We had the O3 mini model being released here in January already. We have Anthropic with Claude 3.7 Sonnet.
Mm-hmm.
Has extended thinking modes. Grok 3 also has this reasoning aspect, and Gemini also has a thinking mode,
Yes.
and this is basically what we see very recently, with the developers understanding that we have maxed out data, we have sort of maxed out parameters and size of the models.
Mm-hmm.
We also have limited resources in terms of how we can train these models. So, um, particularly with China, it's said to be the case that they don't have the best infrastructure to train the models. So, how do we find different approaches? And
Mm-hmm.
reasoning and this whole aspect of complex problem solving
Yep.
has emerged from this background.
All right.
Yeah, now you know.
But what I found very interesting in that news development is that this the development that you mentioned, they all happened within 1 quarter. Of course,
Mm,
the research and all the developments probably already have taken place beforehand, but the announcement within less than 3 months, there are
yeah, it's true.
already so many.
It's true, and it needs to be factored in that these models are trained with another step in the training process.
Mm-hmm.
So, training is not easier with these models, it's
Mm-hmm.
harder. And I suppose that a lot of developers had very short holiday breaks around New Year's time and afterwards. So, I mean, it's nothing new that the AI industry is cooking hard and
Absolutely, we're,
hot.
we're gonna get there.
Yeah, and this is the only way it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to move on to the third news
Mm,
because it's also relevant. We're going to go to China now. The third announcement is that China's Menus, Menus AI partners with Alibaba's Quen. And this is a strategic partnership with the team behind tech giants Alibaba, so they can bolster AI startup rollout. The of what it's called the world's first general AI agent. So I think that what I have not said on this news is that Menus AI was being announced or was launched just a week before. So I think on the 6th of March, and then on the 11th of March, they already announced the partnership with Alibaba's Quen. So they go so fast, and sometimes this is what I also called like too many updates, and we can't really keep up with it. But when you zoom into that, it's really is fast, the development. Okay,
Mm.
Ziggy, your opinion to that?
Yeah, so Manus is currently, as we tape this, in the beta phase.
Yep.
So there are test results and reports of beta users that partially are blown away, and yet we don't see like the product yet.
Hmm.
It's open how this will actually be a product. After all, it's also in a very strong competition to other providers who want to I mean, like, it's the year of the agents, the AI
Yes.
agents, so we
Yes.
will just see more. And this is basically the Chinese response to Claude's computer use, OpenAI operator, and all of the others who have made the first attempts. But Manus is now saying, like, we have something that we confidently can call at least the first serious attempts of
Yeah.
AGI.
Mm.
So that's interesting.
That would be
And
interesting.
but we will need to see. So there are only 2 million beta users now that were able to go on a wait list and then continue from there into like 3 trial prompts. So you get 3 prompts
That's
for free.
so.
So basically, free 3 wishes that you that you can set to this AI, and then
You
this is
better be
it.
wise in
Yeah,
using your three
yeah.
chances.
What will be the weather tomorrow? Yeah,
No, no, no. We're gonna be gonna ask big questions.
yeah.
But it's really interesting because it's on beta, 2 million people are on the wait list. So it's based on invitation, and it's if you check different articles online, some people have already tested it and documented the test. It says that it's promising, but it's not perfect. I quoted that from MIT review,
Yeah.
MIT Technology Review,
Mm.
because it's not that it's open for everyone. So have a look into that. I think it's an exciting time, and like what you mentioned, this is also the response from China. Then it means that it's also a larger ecosystem
Mm.
for
Yeah.
them teaming up. Yeah.
Teaming
Hmm.
up with Alibaba as well. So this is also something interesting, I guess.
Yep.
There's it appears to be at least something like an ecosystem, a Chinese hub forming up, and this is also a
Hmm.
larger strategy of of the country in general. So we shall see how it continues. And um, speaking of which, let's dive into the next one, I suppose.
Okay. And we are staying in China now. China's Baidu launches two new AI models as industry competition heats up. And that was reported on the 16th of March by Reuters. And basically, it means Baidu has launched two new models. Let me check the name again.
Ernie X1
Ernie, the Ernie X1.
and the Ernie 4.5, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5, a native multimodal foundation model, and Ernie X1, a reasoning model with deep learning capabilities. So two models at once.
Hmm. Yeah, deep thinking capabilities. So here you see that again, the thinking comes into play and the reasoning. And they say that, I mean, like, they were not seeing big adoption so far,
Yep.
and they are a little bit they are rivaling, and also against DeepSeek, and they are really confident about their model. And They say, I love this. It's in the official press release. They say Ernie X1 delivers performance on par with DeepSeek R1 at only half the price.
So I
I
really
love it.
like, I
I love it.
really like
Okay, and then they continue
the.
to say like X1 has stronger understanding, planning, reflection, and evolution capabilities.
Mhm.
And they also add that it's the first deep thinking model that uses tools autonomously. So this is
This is
for the
the
agentic
yeah,
areas.
yeah, autonomous is such a
Yeah,
big thing, dude.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm this is relatively fresh. I don't really see many industry benchmark reports yet in terms of like how well does it actually do.
Mhm.
So
And it's really fresh, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, it's fresh.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that claim, with 50%,
Yes, I
I'm
love it.
completely sold. But I will also need to tell you that yesterday Yahoo Finance also wrote an article says that with this announcement, the share of Baidu rose to 11% in just 2 days.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so they know why they're doing it. All right, let's move on.
Yes, we go to France and we have the fifth news, which is Mistral AI drops new open source model that outperforms GPT 4o mini with fraction of parameters.
Yeah, so the model is called Mistral Small 3.1, and it can process both text and image with just, and this is the major thing, 24 billion parameters, and it's a fraction of the size of the leading model. It's Mistral large. maybe
Mistral large.
maybe it's like it's not small, it's smaller. I don't know. Anyways, our French viewers might
Please
correct our
comment and correct
yeah.
us.
It's like the last time when we were trying to pronounce le chat.
Le
We don't
chat.
know. We don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's Mistral small. Good. So it's actually like if you follow the benchmarks in on intelligence, how well does it do? It's like really almost on par with Mistral Large, so the small one that they have just announced, and the large one was published in November. So
That.
less than half a year has passed till that, and it's just yeah, phenomenal what these models, like how the development can progress. And in this whole space, with smaller open source models that perform so
Mhm.
astonishingly well, I also want to put in another one, and that is a new model that is released by Alibaba. It's
Mhm.
QWQ, and this model has 32 billion parameters. So it is bigger than
Bigger
the
than.
Mistral one. 24 billion it has, Mistral, and 32 the Quen model. So the 32 model, that is something that with a good computer, gaming computer, whatever, or fairly good laptop, you might be able to run it on your device.
Mhm.
24 more likely. Uh, Usually on your laptop, like the 8 billion parameter models run quite all right, but it's not so intelligent. And here we see a larger development of models that are really, really compact in size,
Mhm.
that are getting truly intelligent. This
Yep.
is a great trend. We will also see Llama 4 coming up.
Mhm.
So it's been already sort of expected, and it will again, um, at least in comparison to the existing Llama models that we have, show improvements in this field, intelligence, and then also supposedly has like more agentic features as well. So
The year of
I
agent
think,
and
yeah, in general, this
autonomous.
this whole category of open source model, compact ones and yet very performant, that is a great development that has just continued
Yeah,
in this first quarter of the year.
yeah, I agree. I've seen that as well. Then we have talked about it. And shall we go to the last but not least one?
Let's wrap it up.
Yes, so the last news is that NVIDIA, during the big conference in San Jose, the GTC conference 2025, has announced Blackwell, Ultra, Rubin, and Vera. So NVIDIA has announced a faster version of its Blackwell GPU for AI data centers, and I think these are the chips that they're currently introducing to the market, while having the AI conference between 17th of March to between 17th of March and 21st of March, which is really happening at the moment.
Hmm.
Yep.
You must be a lucky man if your name is Jensen Huang. I think the demand for the GPUs from the
Skyrocketing.
top cloud service providers,
Mhm.
Google, Amazon,
Of course.
Microsoft, and so on, um, is just going through the roof.
Yeah.
And well, they Nvidia is just also. I mean, like you have to credit them that they um, just continue to improve and provide the best uh, products to enable this industry, right?
Yeah.
So also the new releases promise basically better performance, faster compute for the data and AI use cases. And yeah, NVIDIA is in the best position and it appears to remain in the same.
This way. Yeah. So, very exciting time. All right, so that's all from us, and we just wanted to give you a disclaimer. This is the opinions are based on our own opinions, and we're not related to any of the companies being mentioned. So, yeah. Therefore, we wrap it up, and we will see you again in the next Aiku Show. Thank you. Aiku, what I can do.